All right, we're here for our weekly installment of Coach's Corner, joined this morning by head coach of the baseball team, Michael Blevins. Thanks for coming, Coach, this morning. It's the first time we've done this year for you. Just want to start off, you've already played a few games now for this season, got a big win against Mount Vernon last week, then you just traveled and played Bluefield in a weekend slate this past weekend. Just talk about those games a little bit.
Well, first off, can I wish my wife happy birthday? Today's my wife's birthday, so Kenna, happy birthday, if you ever watch this. Yeah, it was an interesting week, the first of the season. We did a lot of different things to our off-season preparation, a little different from last year, which was my first year, and I think the guys are trusting the process. We went up to Mount Vernon, played really well the first game, didn't score. They threw a couple really good arms at us, and second game we actually beat them 5-1. It's probably the first time in OCU history we beat Mount Vernon, and normally they beat up on us pretty good. So we were really excited about that. Pitched really well. We just I threw a guy at them that I knew would frustrate them because they like to swing hard, and he hit his spots all day long and really befuddled him. And Michael Anderson, and I was really proud of the way he battled up there on the mound. And yeah, we traveled down to Bluefield. If you could tell, it was 80 degrees on Friday and it was 40 degrees spitting rain on Saturday. So I got a little frog in the throat this week. But Bluefield's a really good team. They were a little down last year. They use a lot of JUCO guys, so they're a very, very senior-heavy team. First guy we saw, we ended up losing, I think, 5-2. I thought we grinded, gave away a lot of at-bats with the strikeout, and that's something we'll cut down as we see a little bit more live pitching guys actually trying to get us out, other than us being in here in the cage and whatever. But I was really proud of the guys. The second game of the first night, lose by 1 run, again to a very good team, a very talented starting pitcher who moved the ball all over the place, almost put it wherever he wanted to, and again struck out a little bit. Next day we made the adjustment. We came out, I think we tallied 15 hits in a 9-inning game. Just ended up losing. They hit a couple home runs on us. Honestly, our defense played, other than one inning the whole weekend, our defense played fantastic, and they didn't manufacture any runs. They just hit the ball out of the ballpark, and we knew that going in. Man, I tell you what, they've got some guys that absolutely put a charge in the ball, and we dodged around them for the most part. We hung a curveball and a changeup the first day, and that really lost us the first game. And had a ball hit off the fence. They originally called it a triple, and then they changed it to a home run. Ended up losing the second game by 1. It was a little frustrating for our pitcher, but that's baseball. I really like the where we're at right now. With our process of being ready to go into conference. I think our pitchers have pitched extremely well early, and our defense has played well, and our offense is there. So again, I think once our 3, 4, 5 guys really get it going, we'll be a tough team that nobody really wants to play.
I know talking early in the season, you've already mentioned a lot about a big key for you guys is going to be keeping down on free passes. You guys get out on walks. Yeah. What are some other big keys you have to see for your players to get some wins this season? In order to get where we wanted to, our main goal is to make the conference tournament this year. We are, I think they take 6, 9 in the league this year. So you got to finish top 6, and then the conference record is all that matters. So we do have to cut down on free passes. We did a really good job of that this weekend and this week. Apart from the first game versus Mount Vernon, we had 9 free passes. I was pulling my hair out, but we limited them to the 6 runs with 9 free passes. Is that's indicative of how well our defense played. But since then, we've really limited that. Not a lot of errors. We got charged a couple tough errors. Guys laying out and the ball scuffing away. That's normal. But if we can limit the free passes and we can manufacture runs, we're not going to hit the ball out of the ballpark a ton. Although we do have some power, but we're not going to rely on that. We're not the Yankees. We've got to be more like the Cardinals and just manufacture. If we can score 1 run an inning, 6 to 7 runs a game, we're going to win a lot of games this year. Throw out a couple names for new people watching this. Some players to watch this season that you think could really take the next step in their baseball.
Okay. Well, let's start with a couple of seniors. Jordan Dixie is our catalyst. He is the most important player on the team. He bats leadoff. He plays center field. And to be honest, he's probably our best player at center field He's probably our best player at a couple of different positions on the field. But Jordan he was on base all weekend long, whether it's a hit by pitch or it's a walk. His on base percentage is great. And Tanner Holt, he plays right field. I had a really good week defensively. If I can just get him showing up to the bus on time, we'll be doing really well there. He's consistently one of our better hitters, and he's the kind of kid that gets frustrated every time he doesn't get a hit. And we're working on that, because baseball's a game of failure. You're not going to get a hit every time. And so Tanner Holt, he's huge for us. He's right behind Dixie in the lineup, and we can do a lot of things. They're both the fastest guy, two fastest guys on the team. Ethan Skowronski, he's probably got the sweetest swing to come through here, as far as just straight mechanics and how gorgeous the swing is. He's got a lot of pop, line drive guy, 3-hole. Plays a heck of a left field for us. Started here at first base, and then we moved him to the outfield because we needed a left fielder, and he's absolutely just shut down left field. Great kid, highly competitive, junior. So Isaiah Haley, he's one of our top 2 catchers. He would catch every other game along with Zach Mason, but we kind of needed him to play third base, and he's played a really good third base early this year and late last year, so I feel comfortable having him out there. Hate having him pitch, but he's going to have to pitch for us. We've had a couple of pitching issues, so arm problems and grades, but so he's going to pitch a little bit for us. So there's a few in our lineup. We got a transfer, Eric Reinhardt, who's a big bat. We need to get him going, play shortstop, really smooth shortstop. And so those are some of the guys who need to do well for us to do well. So on the mound, Logan Webb, he's our ace. He had a 3.3 conference ERA last year. A couple rough games early, trying to get into it, just inflated it outside of conference, but pitched extremely well in conference last year. So we're excited to have him back as a redshirt junior. Logan Hill is a freshman. He also plays second base, but I think he's going to be electric for us on the mound. Bluefield's coach Mike, we talked back and forth, and I told him about some of our pitching woes, and he called me a sandbagger. Said a sandbagger. I told him, I said, well, I didn't say I didn't have good pitching. I just said I didn't have enough of it. Logan Hill's going to be big on it for us on the mound. Michael Anderson, the guy he got the win against Mount Vernon, he's going to be big. You got to keep the ball down, and they're just going to beat it into the ground and ground him out. So. Those are a couple names that to look for as we move forward in the season.
I know it's early in the season. We're still getting used to NAIA play. Mm-hmm. As you look at the conference this year, how do you feel like you stack up against the other teams?
It's tough. There a lot of teams in the conference are doing what we're doing, playing up. Playing tough games early. Rio took 2 out of 3 from Bluefield, so where Bluefield just swept us. But again, I'm really encouraged by how we played against Bluefield. They were mad about losing to Rio, and we gave them all they could handle. They probably were surprised with how we played. So honestly, I think if we play and we pitch, we limit the free passes, we don't give them any extra outs, we could finish 4, 5, 6 in a conference, 3, having a good year. There are a couple teams. Indiana University Southeast last year had the best pitching staff at this level that I've seen in my, I've been here since 2008, as a player and a coach. So that they had the best pitching staff as a whole. Now they graduated a lot. I don't know, what they brought back. We know Asbury is going to be good there in the middle of the pack. Point Park's always a tough school. They play Mount Vernon today, so I'm interested to see what's going on there and how they do against the guys who we faced. Midway is a new program this year. They just added men's sports but they transferred over, I think, 19 players from some St. Catherine last year that were really good. So their coach seems to know exactly really what he's doing. And it's going to be tough to compete.
All right, that's all I have for this morning. Thanks for joining us, Coach. We'll look forward to seeing you guys next time on our next installment of Coach's Corner. Thanks.